do preventative-wise, I mean, we have community policing officers that are assigned to certain neighborhoods. Every officer has at least one, sometimes 2 or 3 neighborhoods that they work with. They work with the neighborhood watch groups as far as informing them what's going on, passing on tips, things like, put your garage doors down, lock your doors, things like that. Most of the crime we have out here is property related, and a lot of that can be prevented by, locking your car doors, locking your house up, bringing the lawnmower inside the garage and shutting the garage door, stuff like that. So we do things like that. We assign officers to undercover cars. We have detective cars that aren't marked as police cars, and so we'll put an officer out once in a while at night to drive around the apartment complexes in the areas where we've had issues with people breaking into cars and houses. We have traffic cars that we assign. People don't think of that as being crime, but drunk driving and things like that cause crimes and they cause issues. We try to prevent accidents and things like that. So we aren't obviously as big as Lansing,
Okay.
Population-wise, but we have around 40,000 residents, and square miles. We're like over 30 square miles. So we've got a large area. We're more spread out. We're sort of concentrated in here with the businesses and stuff. But historically, crime rates are usually higher in a city like a Lansing or a Grand Rapids or Detroit, where we have, because you have more people living in the same spot, and they're lower in the. So we're not really urban. We're not. Part of us is rural. We've got places that are, like farmland and things like that. But we also have all the businesses. So we're sort of like a hybrid. We're like a suburb, basically, with Okemos and Hazlet. And generally, if you look at crime statistics, they tend to be lower in the suburbs as opposed to the city. So I mean,
That's fine.
go ahead. You just do 83 if you do that. And we actually, northwest corner of the township, part of that is East Lansing as well. So like, just because you have an East Lansing address doesn't mean you're actually in the city of East Lansing.
Okay.
Because parts of that are actually Meridian Township. So that we have a Hazlet post office and an Okemos post office, but that's all it is a zip code and a school district. That's what those are for. They're not actually cities. The next month here, we're switching. The whole county is going to be dispatched out of the same spot. So all the dispatchers will be doing every department in the area. We do things like our SRT team, which is a SWAT team kind of thing.
Okay.
That's East Lansing, MSU, and Meridian combined. They work together. I think they even have some Ingham County deputies on that team. We have other things we do as far as like the detective bureaus do things together. I mean, they're working on finding other ways to work together, because of budget cuts and things like that. But yeah, those are just a few of the things we do together. I mean, every place has the possibility of having violent crime, obviously, but we have a very low incidence of violent crime. Most of our stuff is property crime. It's people breaking into houses, people breaking into cars, a lot of business stuff like the frauds, like retail fraud, like shoplifting, or bad checks, things like that. So